Welcome to the second episode of What Are You Up To? My name is Marko.
And I'm Q.
So this is the second episode. So Q, thank you for answering my calls. So what have you been up to?
So lately, especially we're currently in a quarantine, still in a quarantine, the longest lockdown ever. Wow. So everybody's been talking about or sharing about um, dealing with anxiety and such. So to introduce the topic for the second episode, I'll be reading an article by Rappler, written by written by Loretta Arroyo. Advocates, expert warn versus taking online psychological tests without professional help. The warning came after a test called Depression Anxiety Stress Scales DASS-42 went viral online. The test taker is presented with 42 symptoms, which they will rate depending on how much they felt these symptoms in the past week. Some of the symptoms include whether the person overreacted to situations they encountered or if they were unable to become enthusiastic about anything. After answering the test, the person's depression, anxiety, and stress is given a numerical rating between the lowest possible rating of 0 to the highest, which is 42, and show a matrix where a certain depression, anxiety, or stress rating is said to be normal, mild, moderate, severe, or extremely severe. Mental health advocate Argao emphasized that using the online DASS-42 test alone or without professional help is not enough to assess a person's overall mental well-being. The scores on a psychological test are not simply interpreted on the value alone. We consider many factors such as norms in determining what the scores mean, Argao said in an interview with Raptor. So, reading the article's a bit long. So, moving to the lower parts again. The experts have posited the cases of anxiety and depression will spike due to the unprecedented periods of quarantine, isolation, and uncertainty amid the rising cases of COVID-19 cases in the Philippines. So, ayun, they also put in some hotlines. Non-governmental organizations and other groups have since offered free counseling sessions online as well as mental health tips and explainers on social media. Meanwhile, the National Center for Mental Health's NCMH crisis hotline has also remained open. I think I'll put that on our Twitter account, yung hotline, so everyone can check the hotline if they need help. So, I can't remember taking the said test on this article. But I think I took a test by DOH and that's it. Just to help the government. Ayun lang, mabuting citizen. Yun lang naman. So, any thoughts on the DAS-42? Have you heard of it? Or natry? DASS or DAS? Ayun. Ako yung nagbasa pero hindi ko maalala. So, ayun, DASS-42 na test. Have you heard of it? Any thoughts?
So it's been an issue for the last week of August, no? Many many people are taking the test, mostly young adults, I think. So who are the people that taking this test? Siguro people of our age. For what reason? Siguro iba curious or the other are actually experiencing symptoms of anxiety and some concern during with this longest lockdown. Yeah. Um, why people are resorting with this kind of test? Kasi siguro ito yung ready made or ito yung pinakamabilis na access online. Um, and you don't have to spend money on it. Unlike seeking professional help from a person who's practicing this discipline for a long time. Mm, yes, I agree with the article na and with you also na hindi dapat mag-self-diagnose or you can take the test for some to to feed our curiosity about our current condition pero we should not rely on it wholeheartedly, and hindi natin pwede sabihin na meron tayong anxiety or meron tayong mental illness based lang dun sa exam na tinake mo online for free. Kasi without proper diagnosis, you could not cure the disease itself or the illness itself. Um, Parang magdadagdag lang siya sa current condition mo kung hindi mo naman talaga malalaman first-handedly from an expert kung yung ba nararanasan mo is that thing or that illness itself. So, I think, ayun nga.
So ayun, parang the article is basically warning the public, warning yung mga tao na it's not accurate and it's not, you should not rely on the value kung ano yung score mo dun sa test. Kasi nga, meron pang ibang tinitingnan aside from the test itself. Tsaka, I think, ano bang definition ng, wait lang, I want to check yung definition ng anxiety. Kasi parang, oh, anxiety. Oh, when we say anxiety, it's fear or nervousness about what might happen, a feeling of wanting to do something very much. And then for depression, what is depression? Depression is a clinical term, di ba? Depression, a serious medical condition in which a person feels very sad, hopeless, and unimportant, and often is unable to live in a normal way. So, that is depression. Ayun, kaya you can't really say na parang after taking a test, oh, depressed ako. Oh, ganun. You can say that I can feel I feel anxious, ganun. I have anxieties. Pero saying na you're depressed after taking a test, siguro yun, iwasan na, parang make sure na wag natin, wag tayo mag-rely on one test. After a test, depressed ka na. Wag ganun. Kasi, ang bilis mo naman malaman, depressed ka na. Char. Ayun lang.
I think also, kasi, kaya nagbe-base lang online or sa nababasa lang online, hindi naman masama mag-search or mag-look sa mga websites about it. Pero dapat yung reliable websites. Pero yung test na to is ginagamit talaga siya to diagnose. Pero hindi mo siya pwedeng i-take ng ikaw lang. Kailangan mo ng help ng isang professional na nakakaintindi talaga nung test or nung DSS.
Ayun nga, yung sabi.
At saka, feeling ko, nagre-reflect din yung deep or yung deep no reaction ng tao tungkol dito sa test. Depende kung gaano ba ka-pressing or pressing issue ng mental health dun sa lugar or sa specific specific area.
Ayun, siguro nga, parang, yun nga, ulitin ko lang. Di reliable yung test, pero, I mean, hindi reliable yung test kung ikaw lang magte-take mag-isa. Kailangan merong expert with you.
So, from this document sa NHS or National Health System from UK, sinasabi dito kung ano yung anxiety na binanggit niya kanina or yung fear or yung uncertain feeling when you are facing some stress and unconceivable things around you. Pero marami siyang uri. There are varieties of anxiety. There's generalized anxiety disorder or GAD, social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, phobias, post-traumatic stress disorder, and many more. And sinasabi din dito, ano ba yung feeling kapag meron kang anxiety? Or ano ba yung mga makikita mong changes or mararamdaman mo? Sabi dito, effects on your body. Uh, may, pwede mo daw maramdaman yung pinching, parang may tumutusok or kumukurot sa'yo. Ito yung actual mo na nararamdaman sa body mo kapag nakakaranas ka ng anxiety. Pwedeng na-stay or nasusuka ka or feeling mo may sakit ka kahit wala. Pwede kang magpawis, pwede kang bumilis yung paghinga. So, yun. Have you experienced anxiety attack?
Anxiety, siguro parang, should I say na feeling ko hindi? Oh, feeling ko hindi. Anxiety attack in a way na, siguro more of because, siguro anxiety attack yung pag, when you're so nervous. Ayun, siguro na-experience ko yung ganun. Yung changes sa body na, parang, hindi okay yung bowel movement mo, parang feeling mo, any moment, ano ka. Kasi nga, you're feeling nervous. Ayun, pero parang, not to the point na parang, ikina-stress ko yung anxiety na naramdaman ko. Though na-stress ako at that time, pero hindi siya yung paulit-ulit. It
Yes,
happened. Parang nangyari siya for, you're taking an exam. Ganun parang stress ka, shucks. It could change your life yung exam na to. So, nagparang kabado ka while taking the exam. Ayun. Parang medyo ayun, siguro, yun na yung pinaka naalala kong anxiety attack. Aside from that, wala na akong maalala. Siguro, mas naging clear siya sa akin. Yun, yun lang. Ikaw, any, experience of anxiety attacks? Did you ever experience one?
I'm looking into this article, and personally, I think I have experienced some same with you nervous moments, and I think it would be considered as panic attacks. Maikli lang siya or hindi siya paulit-ulit, hindi siya repetitive. Pero it may count as panic attacks. Sabi dito, may iba't ibang cause ang anxiety. Pwedeng work, feeling pressure at work, unemployment, or retirement. So currently, with this pandemic, madami nakakaranas ng issues sa trabaho. Eh, for sure, there is a source of stress for them that may lead to anxiety attacks. They feel anxious with their current conditions at work. And aside from work, pwede din maging source ng anxiety attacks ang family, your relationship difficulties, divorce, or caring for someone. Meron din dito financial problems and health. Yung health issues mo, yung physiological conditions mo, pwede din siya mag-lead sa anxiety, yung fear mo. So, if you are COVID-19 positive, pwede ka din maging anxious. So, mahalaga din talaga yung mental condition kapag meron kang iniinda or may nararamdaman kang sakit. And also, difficult past experiences. Sabi nga, di ba, merong even even after the experience, pwede mo pa rin maranasan yung fear na naranasan mo during that time. Siguro, pati kasama dito yung particularly referring to sa post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Yung kahit hindi na siya nangyayari, kapag nakakita ka ng signs na magre-relate doon sa nag-experience mo, babalik at babalik yung babalik yung nararamdaman mo during that moment. So, maganda din dito i-relate yung sinabi ni Sir Argao doon sa article sa Rappler na uh, as a person, we must reduce the burden on someone else. Di ba binanggit niya dito from work, from family, and from bullying? Uh, yes, pwede din tayo maging source ng stress. Hindi lang tayo yung may stress. Pwedeng yung friends mo nakaka-stress din sa'yo sa ginagawa nila. So, sabi nga ni Sir Argao, we can reduce or the burden on someone else. Pwedeng hindi lang tayo nakakaranas ng stress, pero pwedeng tayo din yung nagdudulot ng stress and anxiety sa other people, sa workmates natin, sa friends, sa family. Pero meron mga tao, ay, would you agree that there are people na hindi talaga sila nag-open up thinking na pwede sila mag-cause ng stress sa other people?